can I have everybody's attention really quick? If you are a student that is being pinned today, if you will please go into the hallway so that we can give you instructions on where you need to go so that you can march up with everybody else, because we think we may have missed a few. So if you're a student that's being pinned today, please go to the hallway. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Oh, that was really nice. We'll do it one more time. Good afternoon. Oh, that is awesome. Candidates, you may be seated. It is my sincere pleasure to welcome you to the Fall 2024 College of Education pinning ceremony. We began this tradition almost 10 years ago for a variety of important reasons. One, first and foremost, to honor you, our students, our teacher candidates, our next generation of difference makers. You have worked hard. You've worked hard, haven't you? Yeah. You have worked hard, you have learned, and you have grown. You have struggled sometimes, and you have overcome. And for today's graduates, that is more true than ever before. You have persevered through one of the most unusual, messy, how about cranky, unpredictable seasons that our world and our teachers have ever faced. Today, you have reached a milestone, the step that moves you from being a student to a teacher. And in just a few minutes, you will recite the College of Education Teacher Oath, committing out loud to yourself, your peers, your faculty, your families, the responsibility that comes with being a Sam Houston State University teacher. The oath reflects that commitment to this noble and meaningful career choice. So today is a day worth celebrating because you are worth celebrating. So we are here to recognize this accomplishment, to tell you how proud we are of you, and to celebrate this transition with you. Well done, and congratulations. Our second reason for being here today is to celebrate and honor the career that you have chosen. Let me put it really simply. I am looking at a room of the most powerful people in the world. And I'm going to say it again, the most powerful people in the world. And I mean you. Teachers impact the world in a way like no other profession does. You as teachers will change lives. You will impact students every single day. You will shape the future every single day. And that makes you powerful. How many of you right now, and parents and families, this is you too, how many of you right now can think of a teacher who made a lasting impact on your life? Yeah, every single hand in the room can think of a teacher who made a lasting positive impact on your life. Absolutely you can. And you will remember that person forever. That is power. Power. And with power comes what, all you Spider-Man fans? Responsibility. That's exactly right. So just like you remember the teacher who had a positive impact on you, how many of you can think of a teacher who really didn't leave that kind of impression? Yeah, exactly. We remember those people too. All right? We remember the people that didn't live up to our expectations or who didn't help us grow or change for the better. That is responsibility. To know that what you do makes a difference every single day. That on your best day, you are changing lives and you are impacting students. And on your worst day, you are still changing lives and impacting students. And that makes you, our future teachers, the most powerful people in the world. Remember that. And remember that teaching is both an art and a skill. It requires your heart, it requires your hard work, it requires your preparation, it requires practice, it requires commitment, and it requires dedication. All those things because, again, you are impacting children every single day. Teachers matter, and students need and deserve the very best teachers possible. They need you to be your very best every single day. So the pin that you'll receive today has the Sam Houston State official SH logo because you proudly will not just be a teacher, but you will be a Sam Houston State University teacher, the very best that Texas has to offer. And that makes you really special. But your pin also is in the shape of a starfish, and we did that on purpose. In 2017, we began the Starfish Project in response to helping meet students' financial, academic, and emotional needs after Hurricane Harvey. And we quickly realized that those needs and the support for those needs are ever present. hurricanes, a global pandemic, social change, political divisiveness, even war. These things remind us, they happen, and they remind us that the need to support one another and to care for one another, and the need to build understanding and to let people know that they are loved and valued, no matter how different or how similar we are, and no matter what challenges we face. That need is consistent and constant. So the Starfish Project is named for a story that you may have heard before. And in that story, a little girl is walking along the beach, and the tide has come in and the tide has gone out, and the beach is covered with starfish as far as the eye can see. And she walks along and she picks up starfish and she tosses them back in the ocean. And a man comes up behind her and he says, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Do you not see the miles and miles of starfish? You're never going to make a difference." And she picks up a starfish and she throws it back and she looks at him and she says, "I made a difference to that one." So your College of Education pin is in the shape of a starfish to remind you that you, as a teacher, every single day are going to make a difference. You're going to make a difference in perhaps the most powerful way that the world has to offer, because you're going to impact students, you're going to impact lives, and you're going to impact the future. The future of your schools, your community, your country, our world depends on teachers, and they are impacted by teachers. Starting today, you are a teacher. How about that, right? Starting today, yeah, how about that? And we celebrate the profession of teaching, and we celebrate your choice to be part of that profession through this ceremony. I also keep a quote on my desk, and I promise you it's really there. You can come by and I'll show it to you, that somebody gave to me when I was in your spot, when I was just starting out to be a teacher. And now it's all torn up and it's kind of faded from the sun because I've had it for so long, and we're not going to count how long that is. But literally I hold it together with a clip because it reminds me why we do what we do. And on that little plaque, it says 100 years from now, it will not matter how much money I made, what kind of car I drove, or how big a house I lived in, but the world will be a better place because I made a difference in the life of a child. You will make a difference. You will impact children, and you will change the world. And because of that, you matter every single day. The Starfish legacy continues because of you. So thank you, not just from me, but from the entire College of Education and from the students whose lives you are going to impact. Thank you for choosing to be a Bearcat teacher, and always remember that your job and your calling is to make a difference to one and to many every single day. You are a teacher. Congratulations. So in every teacher pinning ceremony, we bring words of wisdom from a recent College of Education alumnus who's in the early stages of his or her teaching career. It is my absolute pleasure to introduce this year's alumni speaker to you, Miss Hannah Smith. So please help me welcome Hannah to the podium.
All right. Good afternoon, fellow Bearcat teachers. My name is Hannah Smith. I'm class of 2018 and 2019. Both my bachelor's and master's are from this wonderful university. I would be crazy not to take this time to thank the amazing and supportive professors that I had here who helped prepare me for my teaching career. I wouldn't be here today if they hadn't taken the time and given me the grace I needed while completing my degrees. I was an elementary reading teacher for 5 years, and now I'm in my second year as an RLA Social Studies instructional coach for the great Huntsville ISD, Stingham Hornets. It's with great pride that I'm here to speak to you today. When Dr. Edmondson reached out and asked if I would be interested in offering advice and inspiration to the newest Bearcat teachers, I was so honored and equally terrified. I have no problem being in front of people, but to have the responsibility of inspiring the next generation of teachers seemed extremely daunting, mostly because I tend to be the person that my colleagues refer to as direct. So I have to be careful with my words. So to quote a fellow life coach, David Rose, the idea of me life coaching another human being should really scare you. But hey, they gave me a microphone and an audience, so here we go. There are many easy words of wisdom that you could hear from anyone, but since I'm here today, you get my kind of advice. It comes from lots of mistakes, tears, and laughter. But my first bit of advice is ask questions. I wish you could see my notes because those two words are in all caps because those words are so important when you're a teacher. Asking questions is something you start doing as a very young child. Some questions like, are there cookies in the lounge? And what's my copy code again? Are very easy to ask. However, questions like, why are my students not being successful on this topic? Or how do I teach this topic? They don't come as easily to say aloud when you're a new teacher. Those questions and one similar are vital to you becoming the teacher your students need. I know starting out, I was very nervous about sounding like I didn't know how to teach. This became one of my biggest mistakes. I didn't ask questions and it caused problems for my students. I was allowing my pride to get in the way and wasn't becoming the teacher my students needed. I quickly and repeatedly learned why asking questions to your new colleagues is so important. Thankfully, my district gave me a mentor teacher that changed my life and made me realize it's okay to not have all the answers. Mrs. Weber is and will forever be my work mom, and we love her for that. She taught me many lessons and helped me become the educator I am today. My wonderful curriculum director has also given me 2 amazing mentor coaches to help me in this new role as an instructional coach. You see that they made it a 2-person job now. Sorry, not sorry, Danielle and Shannon. I'm not sure who has had the harder time reining me in and helping me become the epitome of professionalism that you see here in front of you. These mentors are who I've asked my millions of questions in the past 7 years in my career in education. It wasn't easy for me to admit I needed help. It's one thing I look back at and ask, why did I have to be so hard-headed? I know my friends here today are probably laughing at that admission because I'm still pretty hard-headed. Once I got out of my own way and started asking questions, I started growing and becoming the teacher my students needed. I want you to learn from me so that you don't have to make the same mistakes I did. Some mistakes did make for some hilarious moments and never-ending laughter with my friends. Knowing the why behind things are very important and leads me to the one embarrassing mistake that I'll share with you today. Remember, we listen and we don't judge. Yay, okay. We are all familiar with classroom callbacks like class, class. Yes, yeah, thank you. My mentor always had one she used and I wanted to use it as well to change things up. She would always tell her students 5 + 2 and her students would respond with eyes on you. Simple enough, right? I decided that I wanted to use it in my classroom, so I tried her wonderful callback. Little did I know that one of my students would ask, Miss Smith, what does 5 + 2 stand for? That's when I realized my mistake. I never asked what it meant before I used it. So in front of a classroom of 3rd graders, I said, I don't know, man. I think it has something to do with your senses. Needless to say, I didn't have to ask what it meant at recess because my students ran to Mrs. Weber to tell her that I didn't know what I was talking about. Unfortunately, that wasn't the first time she had heard that. She laughed, they laughed, and I learned that asking for clarification before using something in your classroom is probably something I should be doing. She still laughs at me today about this shining moment. This is a very small and silly example of what asking questions can do for you as a new teacher. Sometimes you're going to be faced with much bigger decisions and obstacles in teaching. If you don't know the answer, ask those questions. The only other bit of advice that I could offer you is to be the person on your team that always brings the good vibes with you. Teaching is an exhausting profession. You're constantly giving everything to everyone else and not getting much back in return. Work is where you're going to spend most of your day, especially as a new teacher. There are days that you feel like will never end, but I promise you they will. On those days, it's easy to get bogged down in the negative, and complaining to your colleagues feels like the only thing you want to do. While sharing your frustration with those who understand is good, focusing on what is going well is the most important. I'm always here for a good time, and I probably get my team off topic more times than they want to, but you gotta laugh sometimes. We have laughed at the dumbest or nerdiest things way too hard, but it made for the best brain breaks in the world. It's okay to not be the life of the party all of the time. We all have our days where we're tired or sick or tired. Did I mention tired? What I want you to understand is that work has to be a place that you find the fun and humor in. we deal with some very heavy situations, so at times that you can have a little fun, do it. Professionally, of course. I hope that something I said will inspire you, or at the very least made you laugh. I felt like if someone had told me these things before my first year of teaching, I could have avoided some of those mistakes or learning opportunities. Thank you for your time this afternoon and for only laughing with me at my mistakes. I can't wait to see what wonderful teachers you become in your future classrooms. Also, hit me up if you need a job because I'm really awesome to work with. Teach 'em up, Bearcats.
Hannah, thank you for your words of wisdom. If you guys would help me honor her one more time and say thank you. We also always bring a featured speaker, an area superintendent, to bring words of wisdom and encouragement to our aspiring teachers and our graduates. And so it is absolutely my honor today to present to you a longtime friend of Sam Houston State University and especially the College of Education, Superintendent of Madisonville Consolidated ISD, Dr. Keith West.
You know, it's really interesting to sit there and listen to Ms. Smith and her remarks and Dr. Edmondson, and it's amazing how much I think educators with a little bit of experience begin to look at things the same way, because some of the themes that they touched on are some of the themes that I'm going to try to touch on as well. And some of you, and there's a couple of you in here that's worked with us that kind of know me, they're thinking, he listened to them and he's going to copy off their paper. That's really not it. I actually have some things to discuss and actually put some thoughts together. You know, I would like to say thank you to a couple of different groups of people before I do get started today. I believe we have some graduates that were with us in Madisonville last spring and this fall. Stand up if you're here. We should have, yes. So we're very, very pleased to see you here today. We look at you as much more than just college students have been with us. You've worked with our kids and you've touched our kids, and some of the things that Dr. Edmondson spoke about, I'm going to speak about too, and you've had a chance to do that with us. So make no mistake about it. You're important to our kids, and we appreciate the work. And notice I said the work, because it's not easy sometimes, but the work that you've done with our students. And again, please give them another round of applause. The second group that I would like to think, and as I look out, you know, with the group that we have gathered here to reason together this afternoon, and that's our parents and our significant others and those people that are very, very important to the lives of these graduates that are sitting here in front of you. I can assure you, they don't get to where they are today without you. You've made a big difference in their life. You're important to them, and they're obviously important to you, or you wouldn't be here today. So make no mistake about it. You're as important as anyone that's here, and I can tell you, you know, I'm blessed, and I'll introduce them in just a second, to have two children myself. They haven't made it to this point yet, but one of them's getting pretty close. So thank you for the job that you've done, for the effort you've put into these students, and how much your efforts and your teaching will go into them blessing other people's children. So let's have a big round of applause for you. My name is Keith West. I've been blessed to serve the students in the community of Madisonville for the past, I believe this is year 30. You get to the point sometimes where you don't count, you know, quite as much, and we'll talk about that a little bit at the very end today. But I have been blessed to work there and in many different roles. When I started out there, I actually started out when I was a college student here at Sam Houston as a volunteer coach at the junior high campus there. I guess I did enough to get hired. When it was time to get hired, I was able to get hired as a teacher and coach, so I was able to fill those two roles for a while. I then was asked to, well, I wasn't asked, I was conscripted into administration after 5 years of doing that. And I was able to serve our students as an assistant principal and as a coach for, I think, 5 more. Then I was asked to get out of the coaching. I don't know why. I don't know if we weren't successful enough or they just felt like I needed to do more administration. So I was able to do that for several more years before I became the high school principal in Madisonville. High school principal, by the way, I'll just tell you a little bit of a secret. It may be the most difficult job in education. So for some of you thinking about going into administration, if you ever wind up with the opportunity to be the high school principal, it's one of the most difficult jobs, but it may also be one of the absolute most rewarding jobs in the business too. So keep that in mind. I was then able to go over, serve as a curriculum director for a little while that basically specialized in accountability. I know that's a term that you're all very familiar with, and if you're not, you're fixing to be, and that everyone's aware of. Then moved into the assistant superintendency and then was asked to move into the superintendency here fairly recently. So I feel like I really have had an opportunity to serve kids in so many different ways. Hopefully we can say a couple of things here today to help you. I am blessed with a wonderful family. My wife, she started out as a teacher and a coach as well. She's now an associate dean over at the College of Medicine down in Conroe here with Sam Houston State University. So she's came up through, she was no different than you or I, right here, moving out into your first education jobs. But she feels really blessed and loves and appreciates Sam Houston State University. I do have 2 children. Dean is a senior this year. I think he's going to graduate. I sure hope he is. They keep telling me that he is, and I keep arguing with them, but they do feel like he's going to graduate, and I believe he has plans to come to Sam Houston State as well and pursue a pre-engineering program. So we're really excited about that. And then I have a 14-year-old freshman daughter. Parents, is she gonna make it? Does some of y'all that have had daughters in here when they're 14, I mean, you may need to give me some words of encouragement when we leave here today, because I'm gonna tell you, I don't know. Is she gonna make it? You sure about that? Okay, so don't give up yet is what you're telling me? Okay, all right. Well, I'll keep your words in mind, and I won't. But I can tell you, sometimes that would be the easiest way to go. I can tell you that. So, but we're battling through that, and she makes fairly decent grades, and I think she'll graduate one day too. So, we'll see what she chooses to do. I'm certainly excited. I mentioned when I was giving you a little bit about my background. I am a graduate of Sam Houston. I was blessed to receive a Bachelor of Arts in History with a minor in Kinesiology in 1995. And I was also a part of the secondary education preparation program, the way it was done at that time. So I spent quite a bit of time in the Teacher Education Center, just as you have, as you were going through your coursework and whatnot. I then, once I was conscripted into administration, they told me that I probably needed to get somewhere and begin to take a few classes. So I certainly came back and did that. As I was finishing up my master's here, I believe that was around the time Dr. Edmondson was coming in and being a part of the staff. So I didn't get the privilege of being in her class, but I was certainly familiar with her work, even then. Did that for a little while, came back, did my superintendent certificate. I think I finished that somewhere around 2006. And then eventually decided to run down Highway 30 and talked them into giving me a PhD over at Texas A&M. I believe that was in 2013. So your education journey, for those of you that choose to move on, it can take a while, okay? But there are so many opportunities out there for you. When I was here at Sam Houston State, as I was preparing for doing this, and Dr. Edmondson talked about some of the great educators and people that you remember, and so did Miss Smith. Just a few here at Sam Houston State that I was so blessed to have been taught by, and some of these names are going to be totally unfamiliar to you, but Dr. David Henderson was a legend in the teacher education building, was one of the pioneers with technology education, as I recall. Dr. Edmondson, he was one of the first to teach courses on that. He was the first course that I ever had on that, and he still keeps in contact with my wife and I to this day. And we're very, very blessed with that. Dr. Patricia Williams was a stalwart in the education department at Sam Houston State University for many years. did an outstanding job with us during our student teaching and in our educator preparation. I moved into my master's, Dr. Jerry Lowe, Dr. Aaron Johnson. I know those are names that Dr. Edmondson and some of the staff that's been here for a while are very familiar with. Dr. Jerry Lowe was who told me very plainly one day, son, don't ever forget, no matter how much things change, if you go into administration, you can run your campus, and don't ever forget that, no matter how things change, and I've never forgotten it. Dr. Aaron Johnson had standards, and they were hard. And when you began your administration program during that era, you had to get through her class before they let you move on, and that was a blessing. I'm glad that she was there to do that. Many of you were probably over at different times, and I don't even know what they call the building now. It's where the history department is. Probably had classes in the James S. Olson Auditorium. Yes? No? Y'all know where I'm talking about if you haven't. Absolute legend in the Department of History, Professor Emeritus, probably one of the most decorated scholars to ever come through Sam Houston State University. Amongst the many things that I learned from him was when he walked into class every day, he was prepared enough that he came in, he picked up a piece of chalk, he made himself an outline, and off he went. And I've always tried to do that from that point on, both as a teacher and then as I moved into different parts of my profession, to be that prepared and to be that. I'll never be that smart. I don't have that's not a goal because it's not going to happen, but I did learn to be prepared. Dr. Ralph Pease. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Elizabethan literature today, very briefly, but I'm going to talk about it. A lot of that's because of Ralph Pease. That name may not be familiar to you, but to many people, not only at Sam Houston, but in the Huntsville community, that is a famous name. And he was a blessing to me, and what he taught me was it's okay to be smart, and don't ever forget that. It's okay, and don't ever hide it from anybody. Dr. Gary Oden, Dr. Jerry Nestroy, Dr. Bob Britt over in the kinesiology department. And then at Texas A&M, I had a really, really important person to me, Dr. Anthony Roll. He's the Dean of the College of Education at the University of South Florida now. He was at Texas A&M when I began my program. He started out as a chair of my committee. He then moved on to move up within higher ed administration, but he never forgot about me. And he didn't have to remember me, and he didn't have to continue to work with me, but he chose to, and he chose to do it with absolutely no benefit to himself. And that was something that, I've learned that you'll do the same thing with your kids when you move on. So certainly grateful for them. Told you I was going to give you a little bit of a lesson on Elizabethan literature, whether you wanted it or not. And when I was thinking about putting this together, and I was thinking about what to say to a group of prospective teachers, and due to the teaching that I received here from Dr. Ralph Pease and Dr. Lee Courtney as well, I thought back to what Polonius said to his son Laertes in Hamlet as he was leaving to go back from Denmark back to France. How many of you remember that? That's what I was afraid of right there. We'll see if you don't remember that, and there's only a couple of you that do, you need to go and you need to search it and you need to learn. But what he did was he gave him some advice. So I'm going to give you some advice that I've learned in 30 years of education along those same lines. One of the first things is be mindful of your appearances. That doesn't necessarily mean what you look like or how you dress in a given moment. I can tell you, and those of you that have worked here with us, this is the first time you've ever seen me in a suit, isn't it? And I'm kind of looking at Macy Cummings sitting over there, because I know she would tell me already, and Ashante, they'll tell me. They've never seen me in a suit before. They're thinking, I didn't even know he had a tie, But what I will tell you this, and the point of that is not so much how you dress, but keep in mind you're always the teacher. No matter where you go, no matter how you choose to behave, no matter what company you're with, whether you like it or not, you're always the teacher, okay? That was one of the first things, that I learned, especially if you go to a small community. Now, that's a lot bigger challenge today than it used to be. Why? Why is it a bigger challenge? Because of what? Social media has made that a tremendous challenge, okay? So what I would encourage you to make sure you're very aware of, and I know you already are, be mindful of your social media, and please don't get on there and do dumb things. Social media is like fire. It can be used to cook your food, warm your house, create steel to make beautiful buildings, or it can burn your house down, okay? So always be mindful that you're the teacher, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, or the principal or the diagnostician or whatever it is. If you move out of the classroom, you never get to go on vacation from that, okay? So please keep that in mind. Many of you have already learned, because you do the residency program now, choose your educational friends wisely. Have you learned that yet? Is that true? Okay. Yeah, that's true. You're going to figure out, and unfortunately, there are going to be those in education that may not be the best influence on you. Those of you that are moving out, you're early in your career, cleave to those teachers that are going to grow you. Cleave to Miss Smith if you go to Huntsville ISD, all right? Find her wherever it is you go. That's who you learn from. That's who you listen to. That's who you believe in, and that's who you look to mentorship, okay? Because quite frankly, there are going to be those that aren't going to lead you down the correct path as someone like she would. So please find that person, cleave to them, and absorb their energy. Because I assure you, there are those there that will take your energy, okay? And make sure that you figure out who those are. Find administrators that love and care about you, all right? Find a principal that cares more about how you perform and more about how your life goes and more about what your family situation is than you care about it sometimes. Find a superintendent that'll do the same thing, all right? Find a superintendent that'll go in when he or she goes into your classroom, that'll go make copies for you, or that'll go get you supplies, or that if you have a need or a concern, they're able to go and try to, at least if they can't give you the answer that you want, they can give you an answer. That's their job, and don't forget that, okay? Listen more than you speak. You know more than any group of educators that's ever come out of this place, and part of it is because you have had more opportunities to get into the classrooms and get into the schools and work than I could say we did. That's not a critique of anybody. Things have changed for the better. Does that make sense? Okay? So you know more today going into your first classroom, I can assure you, than I did when I walked into mine. Okay? You do. However, at the same time, you don't know very much. So keep that in mind as well, okay? You don't know what you think you know, all right? So again, because you've chosen your educational friends wisely, you're going to learn, you're going to listen, and you're going to get better every single day. I can tell you, I do. There are so many questions. I am constantly in my role now trying to figure out answers to questions that I never anticipated. Make sure that you are mindful of your money. The one promise I want you to make to me today when you get your first paycheck is I want you to go and I want you to make sure that you seek a financial advisor out, and I want you to begin to save for your retirement on day one, all right? That way when you do get to the point to where it's time to retire, you'll have your pension, but you'll also have your retirement funds, okay? That's very important. I want you to promise me that you'll go before your first year of teaching ends and that you'll take care of that business. Your parents will tell you the same thing, I bet. So please make sure that you do that. And I can tell, I think I'm getting close to where I'm supposed to be through. So that was just a few things and some advice. I have a whole lot more that I can give you. Please call me at any time. I just want to conclude with a couple of thoughts. Change will be a reality over the course of your career. Embrace that change. When I was going back and thinking about how to set this up, you know what I used to do that, to help kind of jog my memory? Something called AI. Y'all familiar with that? Y'all thought about that? Okay, now, as a teacher, are you going to use that as a tool to instruct, as a tool to tutor, as a tool to make your kids better? Or are you going to try to catch them using it all the time and punishing them? That's a big question, and that's something that we're wrestling with right now. So that's a change. That's something that's happening. You're going to have to embrace it. Relationships are as important as any curriculum, any pedagogy, any facilities, any technology that you ever have. Build them. They're important, okay? That'll be what you remember one of these days when you're at this point in your career and you're beginning to get very reflective. And then two of the simple phrases that I've used with our teaching staff, and it ties directly in what our other speakers gave us, is this. The first thing that we talked about a lot last year, and again, when you're not very smart like me, you have to be very simple. The first thing is you matter, and you matter a lot, and don't ever forget that, okay? Remember how much you matter, how important you are, and what a blessing you are to your students and to your colleagues, the people that work around you, your school, and your community. And then the second thing is, and again, the ones that were with us this year that heard this, just always remember, you're going to have bad days. Every day's not going to be good. Every day's not. You're going to have problems. You're going to have that kid that you just can't figure out how to reach. But remember, it's worth it. One of these days, they're going to come back to you when they're 40, 45 years old, and they're still going to have that relationship. They're still going to seek your advice, and they're still going to want your counsel, all right? It's worth it. You are going to plant trees whose shade you're never going to get to sit under, and that's your job. All right? So don't forget it. And then the final thing that I have, because again, and I'm sure I've went over time a little bit, and let me apologize for that, but it's this, and I think it's important, and this is something that a colleague of mine, I heard him say a version of this the other day, and I actually just kind of cleaned it up and put it together kind of in my language, but it's this. And remember this, the days are long, but the years are short. And I think that's something very important for you to have a concept of even today. You're going to have long, difficult days at times. You're going to have long, wonderful days at times, more than you have difficult ones. But at the end of the day, those years are going to be short. Put everything you have into what you're doing. Love and care about every kid that you teach. Bless your school, bless your colleagues, bless your community. And you'll look back one day and you'll be so glad that, as Dr. Edmondson told you, you went into the greatest profession that there is. Thank y'all very much.
Thank you, Dr. West. And again, such wonderful words of wisdom, and we're so grateful for you to take the time to share those with us. Now, for the moment you've been waiting for, I am happy to introduce Mrs. Angie Taylor, our Director of Innovative Partnerships, to begin our pinning process.
Thank you, Dr. Edmondson. As mentioned earlier, many of you probably remember and can name a teacher that made a difference in your life. And because of that teacher, you have chosen this noble profession. So now it's time for you to make a difference in the lives of your students. Thank you for choosing to teach and serve the future of our country. At this time, I would like to invite the marshals and faculty to take their positions and prepare for the pinning of the candidates. Candidates, the marshals will direct you to the stage to be pinned. You will face the audience, and faculty will drape your pin stole over your shoulders from behind. Ashley Taylor. Elise Usher. Caitlin Gakey. Presley Matusik. Tanya Stalsby. Deja Ray Martin. Monica Cardenas. Philip William O'Hara. Nora Schneider. Chelsea Elkins. Faculty, you may pin your candidates. Now smile. Now may I exit the stage? Congratulations. Alaya Robichaux. Sandra Lucia Alcaraz. Vanessa Butler. Haley Fingston. Peyton York. Haley Jones. Sarah Walker. Darcy Abel. Kelsey Cowart. Kennedy Tucker. Faculty, you may pin your candidates. Everybody smile. There we go. You may exit the stage. Congratulations. Brianna Mitchell. Mackenzie Boren. Lacey Sims. Aisha Fulton. Natasha Velez. Pamela Ruiz. Juliana Roman. Elva Lorena Salinas. Claudia Garcia. Thank you. Zarisadi Arteaga. Faculty, you may pin your candidates. Okay, y'all smile, big smiles. Thank you. You may exit the stage. Congratulations. Elida Lopez. Karen Gossett. Angelica Cruz. Ashlyn Perez. Gunnar Law. Ashley Schilling. Alexis Martinez. Reagan Bobo. Austin Hines. Gabriella Kaufman. Kayla Martin. Faculty, you may pin your candidates. Y'all smile. They're smiling for our friends online, so this is live streaming for those watching. And congratulations, y'all may exit the stage. Thank you. Was that more than 10? Yeah. I'm waiting for the last person. Okay. Thank you. Brooke Dodson. David Kluwer. Logan Ricks. Congratulations. Leanne Ridgely. Reese McDaniel. Sydney LaBelle. Alexis Gillespie. Skylar Morgan. Carly Lawley. Shaylin Canada. Faculty, you may pin your candidates. All right, congratulations. You may exit the stage. Thank you. Natalie Garcia. Leah Garcia. Ashton Wall. Amanda Carroll. Celeste Tedesco. Bailey Fingelman. Kendall Taylor. Adelina Hill. Anna Quintana. Valerie Gutierrez. Faculty, you may pin your candidates. Smile. Congratulations, you may exit the stage. Congratulations. Marcela Puente. Kaylin Davalos. Melanie Anastasio Ventura. Brandon Aguilar. Kai Caraballo. Nicole Smith. Amber Mikes. Josibeth Manjarres. Dylan Grunsner. Jordan Harvey. Faculty, you may pin your candidates. Very good. Thank you. Riley Smith. Haley McCutcheon. Hannah Cockcroft. Alora Thompson. Claudia Fuenmayor. Sarah Slover. Cassandra Para. April Crawl. Brianna Tobias. Caitlin Klinkenbeard. Faculty, you may pin your candidates. All right. Congratulations, you may exit the stage.
Amari B. Wright.
Amari B. Wright. Jennifer Freyaldenhoven. Lacey Candelet. Alexandria Grosso. Alexandria Grosso. Cheyenne Bass. Brittany Masichek. Rachel Hodges. Destiny Macias. Madison Majewski. Hannah Chapman. Faculty, you may pin your candidates. All right. Congratulations. You may exit the stage. Congratulations. Grace Jung. Denise Quiros. Rachel Reisenauer. Emily Brinks. Jadira Garcia. Danielle Gomez. Jocelyn Lagos. Nicole Pereira. Jessica Kumbi. Madison Laird. Faculty, you may pin your candidates. I'll say hello to all your friends online. Thank you. You may exit the stage. Congratulations. Garrett Sorum. Thank you. Rocio Calderon. Darby Watson. Nicholas Devia Luna. Carla Rivera. Emma Miller. Valeria Faz Magby. Mariana Flores. Destiny Holden. Glorimar Garza. We love you all. Faculty, you may pin your candidates. All right, you may exit the stage. Congratulations. Megan Pratt. Holly Sam. Hannah Rader. Thank you. Criselda Vandermerwe. Anahi Bosques. Thank you. Rachel Kersey. Thank you. Riley Reynolds. We have more? Okay. Faculty, you may pin your candidates. Hold for picture? Okay. You may exit the stage. We'll get a picture later. Emily Guajardo. Jesselyn Knight. Good to see you. Natalie Sweat. Isabella Dimmers. Caitlin West. Daisy Salinas. Blanca Lopez. Andrea Aguilar. Mara Soriano. Hannah Sagari. Faculty, you may pin your candidates. Okay, everybody smile. Okay, thank you. Caitlin Lyon. Rebecca Vasquez. Lindsay Miles. Madison Adams. Macy Cummings. Ashanti Hill. Christina Gaddis. Faculty, you may pin your candidates. I'll smile. Okay, congratulations. You may exit the stage. Congratulations, you are a Bearcat teacher. We'll keep the curves on. We are so proud of you. As we return to our seats now, I'd like to invite Marcela Puente, College of Education Ambassador, to come forward and lead you in the Bearcat Teacher Oath.
Hi, everyone. It is an honor to be here in front of you all. Congratulations. We've made it. If you teachers, if you could please stand with me and recite our Bearcat Teacher Oath. Please repeat after me. I am dedicated to serving others through teaching. I am committed to inspire the minds of the future. I will strive to create opportunities for others' successes. I believe that quality education is founded upon research. Is culturally responsive and is ethically sound. As a Bearcat teacher, I will use my abilities to make a positive impact on the world. I am a lifelong learner. I am a leader. I am a difference maker. I am an educator. I am a Sam Houston teacher. Thank you. You may be seated.
All right, thank you, Marcella, for leading the Bearcat Teacher Oath. As we conclude today's ceremony, allow me to leave you with a quote from a behavioral psychologist who has positively impacted my education. He stated that education is what survives when what has been learned has been forgotten. This quote has incredible implications for you as both a former student and as a future educator, because education is far more than just the content itself. Education encompasses a lifelong process of critical thinking, learning, application, and reflection. So as you celebrate all of your accomplishments this week, remember that you are stepping into the next chapter of your life with the opportunity to positively influence your students' educational trajectories to result in the next generation of lifelong learners. So please join me in another round of applause celebrating our Bearcat teachers. All right, please remain in your seats. The marshals will dismiss you in small groups to the back tables to pick up your parting gifts on your way out. Thank you all for joining us today.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. All through my city, all through my home. We're flying up, no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop. And under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move, well, you already know. So just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good, good creeping up on you. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. I can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. I can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on. Ooh, it's something something magical. It's in the air, it's in my blood, it's rushing on. I don't need no reason, don't need control. I fly so high, no ceiling when I'm in my zone. Cause I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop, stop, stop. Under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move where you already know, so just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel the good, good creeping up on you, so just dance, dance, dance. Come on, all those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. I can't stop the feeling, so just dance, dance, dance. I can't stop the feeling, so just dance, dance, dance. Stop the feeling, so just dance, dance, dance. I can't stop the feeling, yeah, so keep dancing. Oh, yeah, yeah. I can't stop the, I can't stop the, I can't stop the, I can't stop the, I can't.